Welcome back to Resurrected Rose Petals. Today I want to speak to you guys about occult science. Many probably have never heard of occult science. Occult science is what the elite created to hide the hidden meanings behind allegory, metaphors, and parables, where it was only intended for special or elite groups amongst those who were accepted amongst the Europeans as those permitted to know certain things about certain things. Today I want to discuss that. And today I also would like to expose some things. I would like you guys to turn to, in the New Testament, the book of Mark. And I would like you guys to go to chapter 7, verses 27 and 28, where chapter 27, verse 27, says, "But Jesus said unto her, Let the children first be filled, for it is not meet to take the children's bread and to cast it into the dogs. And she answered and said unto him, Yes, Lord, yet the dogs under the table eat of the children's crumbs. Yet the dog under the table eat of the master's crumbs." I would like you, brothers and sisters, to first question, who is it in this scripture that Jesus is referring to as a dog? And why is it not meant to help someone with an ailment for their daughter? Where we're taught today in American Christianity that the Good Samaritan or the saint or the Holy One is to help any and everyone if you are capable, whether it be financially or with resources. You are not to turn a brother away. But yet, Jesus in this scripture turned someone away. And it was not until he knew this woman's intentions that he helped the woman and her daughter from the ailment that the woman was suffering from her daughter. First and foremost, we need to understand in context what's going on. Jesus was first helping his own people. And in this scripture, he knew that the people outside of his people, his own people, the children of Israel, had been extorting, manipulating, and oppressing his people long before he arrived. The dogs that he was referring to was the people this woman had arrived from. That nation had a history of dogging his people out. Helping someone should never be a naive thought or action that you put forth when your people are in dire straits of the help that you are distributing to those who mean you no good. The reason in this scripture Jesus decided to help this woman was because he knew this woman had identified him as the chosen of God and not someone who had great fame in the land of the good deeds or the aptitude or abilities that he had, was coming to extort or use what he was capable of for their own gain or own good. For Jesus knew that those outside of his people were popular, might we say, for using his people to bring ends to meet financially and to use the mental capabilities, arts, skills, and successes of for their own gain. Jesus refused to be one used for those things, knowing his time was limited, as our time is limited today. For we know not if tomorrow is promised. Why are we, as an African people in America, so easily beguiled or tricked into believing that we have all the time in the world to give to other people besides our own when we are in dire strait? Ye shall not cast your bread to dogs. But let us not be confused of the occult science. For the science, or the hidden meaning behind this, is understanding that first you must behold the truth. Those who behold the truths become light bearers. Light bearer, the job of a light bearer is to expel darkness and to maintain that light and walk in that light in humility, and to be rebellious against the darkness and negative intent. We have been tricked into believing that Jews are Europeans, as well as the whole context or creation of the word Jew is something that is detailing a European in the land of Israel. This whole concept of the Jew derived from the word jewel. For a jewel is a precious stone. Those who behold the wisdom of God are as precious stones in the crown of God. Those who are in the crown of God, that are those precious stones, are to stay within the realm of God and to be in the world, but not to be of the world. And they are to form allegiance with other precious stones who have joined the will of the Most High God to distribute the truth in this darkness that this world has submitted to. In this instance, we are to look back at what was brought up in prior episodes of Resurrected Rose Petals, when I spoke of the book of Genesis, where Abraham's seed was to be afflicted in the furnace of affliction for 400 years, and later should inherit the land that they would be afflicted in a strange land that is not theirs. What is it? This furnace of affliction. For as when a stone is put into an isolated place of heat and compressed in extreme heat temperature, that stone is turned into a precious stone from the pressure that it is impacted with and causing its internal structure to be crystallized and formed into something greater, able to endure extreme tests and extreme circumstances. This is the African people in America. For it is not known of any other race of people to have endured the type of horrific treatment that we have endured and come out of it and still smile and become successful, to still love and to have an forgiving heart, and to still know that there's more than meets the eye to ourselves and that is being held from us. These dogs are the dogs we have always known in America. Let us research and let us get back to the understanding of what these precepts and scriptures are about in this Holy Bible, which is Helios Biblos, the Sun Book. And understand once again that Jesus is Heru in Kemet. Jesus Christ is Heru the Christ, or the lighthouse in ancient Kemet, which is Egypt, to European historians. Let us understand who we are again and arrive back to this greatness that we left off from. And before I leave, I'd like to turn to Exodus. And I'd like to leave this on your brothers and sisters' mind. If you turn to Exodus 4 and 7. It was left as a sign for Moses, whereas the Lord told him, and the Lord said furthermore unto him, put now thine hand into thy bosom. And he put his hand into his bosom, and when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous as snow. And he said, put thy hand into thy bosom again. And he put his hand into his bosom again and plucked it out of his bosom. And behold, it was turned again as his other flesh. In scriptures, leprosy was a disease that was caught, causing a sickness in the pigmentation of the skin, causing one to have scars, abrasions, and a disease of the skin. And it took place all over the body, causing the melanin of the body to go from a black, brown, or red or yellow pigmentation to a white, non-melanated pigmentation. In this precept that I just read, Moses was told to put his hand into his bosom, inside of his shirt, on his chest. Your bosom being your chest. And when he took it out, it was white. And when he put it in and took it back out, it was the same color again as the rest of his flesh. I want you to research, study, and find yourself approved, and know that for the skin to turn white, it most definitely was not white before it turned white. Until the next time on Resurrected Rose Petals, right here on this channel, I'll see you guys again, and I need you to like, comment, and subscribe, because I'm going to keep coming with it. Peace.